Alright guys, you got the surprise movies. Now it's time to get the other side of the story. The disappointing films. These are films I was going to thinking, these are going to be great. I'm going to have so much fun with this. This is going to be the top best films of all time. And then I'm coming out thinking, this film was bad. Why was this film so bad? There's 13 movies on this list, so let's get this started. Aloha is the first one on this list, and I think Aloha is one of the films that I hyped up the most this year besides Star Wars The Force Awakens. I hyped this movie up like crazy. I was so excited to see this film, and it was so boring. Pan was another film that I was looking forward to. I thought it was going to be a great introduction to the story of Pan and Hook, and it's going to be really cool, and it was just a big CGI mess. Tomorrowland was just a snooze fest. I fell asleep once, I saw it again, but this film is just, it has nothing exciting to offer. Yeah, the film looks pretty cool, but the chemistry, the story, it was all dull. Fantastic Four, I think, is the biggest letdown of this year, I think, for a lot of people, and it sucks that this film actually made my worst of the year list. Fantastic Four is, it's an exciting group of people to me. I like the Fantastic Four. I like Marvel. I like their very first creations. I like the actors in here, but I don't know what this film did wrong. It was, it was boring. The characters were bad. Dr. Doom was bad. It was so focused on setting up this world, and it just did not do a good job at all. Krampus, or Krampus, however you guys want to say it, was a bit of a disappointing film. I was expecting some creepy character from Krampus, mixed with some holiday cheer. We only saw Krampus a couple times, and when we did, I was left wanting more, and that's why I think this film was disappointing. Daddy's Home, it's not that disappointing, but when you have the likes of Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, and you know how well they did together with the other guys, and it's a PG-13 rating, this could be so much fun and so funny, but I just didn't laugh that much. I chuckled here and there, but overall it wasn't a hilarious film. Crimson Peak, I thought, was going to be in the top 10 best of the year. I do give it up for this film because this film looked amazing. I loved this house. I loved the costume designs, yada yada yada. It all looked really good, but it was a romantic film in disguise. Most of the film, it was just a romance, and it started off with a romance, and when you start off with a romance, the whole film's got to be a romance. So, it tried to be a horror, but when I would categorize this film, I would categorize it as a romance, and I wanted a horror film. Hot Tub Time Machine 2 was just a weird film. It didn't have the same vibe and tone that the first one did, and it went into the future, and it was weird. Chappie was a huge disappointment. Elysium was really great. District 9 was a really great film as well, and so I had high hopes for Chappie. And they made Chappie into a very, very uninteresting character that we weren't rooting for. Watching the trailer, I think Chappie would have been someone that would have been cool. See him learn the ways of, like a human and how to live and all that. But the way that the other characters made Chappie just did not make me care about the film at all. Terminator Genisys, I didn't really have high hopes for this film, but going back and watching some of the other Terminator films, I was a bit hopeful that this film would be good. You have Arnold Schwarzenegger returning as the Terminator. He was so good in the other ones, and here it was just another action film that was edited so much and choppy, and it was not that good. Joy was most recent disappointing film. Like David O. Russell's film, Silver Linings Playbook, was amazing, but it took a very uninteresting story of a woman creating this new mop, and it was a bit impractical of how the family treated Joy, and it shoved that feelings down our throat that we should care about Joy so much. I did in the beginning, but now it's kind of getting old. I don't really care about what she's doing. And the last one is Black Mass. I was expecting some gory gangster film. Johnny Depp did a great job in his role. He looked the part, but this film, focused a lot on dialogue more than actually action and gore and violence. I think with the story of Whitey Bulger and Johnny Depp playing him. I think this film should have had a little more violence because this person was violent. You know, let's show his true side. And that's why I think this film was a little disappointing. I do think that Johnny Depp did an amazing job in this role. One of the best works he's ever done. But I just left the theater wanting more violence. I guess that's just the man in me. I just wanted more violence. So these are the films that I thought were very disappointing. I was going into the movie thinking these are going to be good. I'm going to want to buy this on Blu-ray. I'm going to want to watch it again. This is going to be in the top 10 list of the year. And I left the theater thinking that was disappointing. I wanted more. And now I'm sitting here talking to you guys about them. So this Just Watch Movies. Remember, give this video a thumbs up and check out my most surprising films that I thought were going to be bad, but they were good. Check that out. It's on my channel up now. And subscribe to Just Watch Movies. Some more lists coming up soon with my best films of 2015 and more movie reviews coming your way. This is Just Watch Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.